everyone, and welcome to Gierok Farms. It is a beautiful morning here on the dairy. Had a little bit of a surprise, which I'll cut to the footage of that shortly. We had some heifers get out on us within the calf barn here. They got into the middle lane, which was a bit of a surprise. On the very far end, we have the head panel, or whatever you want to call it, where they reach through to eat their feed out of the manger. That end, we have it where it swings open kind of like a gate, but that must have got knocked off the hinge somehow yesterday or last night. So then that back pen got out, and they were out here hanging in the manger making a mess. Any of you that got cattle, you know how that can be if they get out, especially into a feeding area or a feed storage area. They just make a heck of a mess. Hay was scattered all over and manure everywhere, so I spent some time cleaning that up. But all's good, they're back in place. Fed the grain. I'll cut to a little bit of that footage so you can see what was going on this morning. Come on. Come on, babies, come on. Come on, yep, get in there, come on. Hey, would you quit playing with the camera, huh? Getting you all slobbered up. Well, yeah, I talk about a bunch of troublemakers making a mess, but all is good. Now I want to go up there and give you an update on the old brown Swiss and her two twin heifer calves. We're going to give her some grain, a little bit of a treat this morning, a nice breakfast to start the day for her. And it looks like her calves are having breakfast for themselves as well. It looks like they're nursing right now. Yeah, you know what's going on, girl, huh? Isn't that just a wonderful sight to see? Mom's happy, the twins are happy, everybody's having their morning meal here. They're having a nice, healthy breakfast. The twins are growing fast, they're growing great. Their mom's been doing a good job taking care of them. It's worked out well, timing-wise, that she had them when she did, because we haven't had anything come in since then. So this space has been freed up. She's been able to take care of her calves, and she's doing a wonderful job. Nice little retirement job, I guess you could say. I'm a little worried about how it's gonna go weaning you guys off of milk though, being you guys have been sucking mom for a while. Brown Swisses tend to be very stubborn and hard to wean off of milk anyways, or wean from a bottle to a pail. So I can't imagine it's gonna go too easy getting you to drink from a pail or weaning them off of mom when the time comes. You guys are gonna be pretty upset. You've been living pretty good. But it's been good for us. Saves a lot of time when it comes to having to feed them. She does that for us. Dad's been milking her every now and then just to make sure she gets milked out good, but they're doing a heck of a job, especially now that they're growing fast. She's staying healthy. Having the extra room, she's been able to get up easy instead of trying to get in a stall in the barn and trying to graze with the rest of the dairy herd. She's been having the nice maternity area, the pen in here, and the outdoor pasture. She's been loving life. It's been a great spot for them. And speaking of that pasture, I'm gonna open up now that it's nice out again, and they can go out on the pasture if they want to. They don't know what to think of River. We'll give them some space. I'm gonna go feed up over across the road here. Get these guys all taken care of for the morning. It's looking like everyone is happy and healthy over here. Checking on these guys, doesn't seem like we have any issues over here, which is great. Everybody's gonna get their breakfast as well this morning. I'm gonna head back over to the calf barn now and spread out some hay. They should have their grain fairly cleaned up already. These guys are just kind of hanging out on the patio out front here, waiting for mom to finish her breakfast, I suppose. Then they'll go out there. Now that we have the two heifer barns taken care of, we were gonna head back over to the dairy barn. Dad and I got started milk. Once things were rolling there, then I came over here to take care of these barns, get them fed this morning. I'm gonna go hop on the 7405. We got it back there in the barnyard currently. Pull it ahead, get it under the auger, and then we'll run the gutter out before we let the cows out. They've been staying in overnight now consistently, but still going out during the day. A little bit more manure to move now, but still not as much as once we're in the dead of winter. Shortly here, these guys that have been bellering, they'll be getting their breakfast dang soon here. Some of them are getting pretty big. Shortly here, they'll be getting weaned off too. But let's get this manure taken care of. Ready for a cold start. Let it warm up for a little. Speaking of, there's Dad with the milk now. We'll let that thing warm up a little before we move it. Here's the most recent calf. Talk about a beautiful looking calf. His mom's in the milking barn though. We'll maybe get the scoop from Dad, the background on this calf and a bit of the genetics behind him. Just look at the speckles. There we go, 7405 is parked and ready to go. We'll go see where we're at with milking and possibly start the gutters right away here. Dad just finished milking. He's got the wash going. So I pushed up the feed quick so these cows can clean up their manger a little bit while we're getting the manure out of the barn here. And now he's gonna finish off feeding these calves. See if we can get his input on this new one. You wanna tell the people what mix you got going here?
Well, that's a good question. See, I used to use some Normandy, and that's what I'd get. Like that speckled on there, but I just looked in the records again, it's Jersey. That's according to the records, but let's face it, who knows what those genetics guys mixed up in their straws.
Yeah, maybe it's the wrong straw. Yeah.
Well, what do we know is in there, you know? Anyway, it's a good healthy bull calf. And I think the mix is gonna help bring a good better price.
Yeah, and maybe it is a little Jersey in him because he is a bit shorter.
Got a little bit deepness. Yeah. Come right during that snow we had.
And this is the only one we had after the twins, correct? Or did we have?
Well, I may have had something, but they were bull calves. So you've been showing them their twins?
Yeah, I was telling them too. You're probably wondering what the heck took them so long over there. We had some calves out over there.
Oh yeah, they got the gate down?
Yeah, so I had to put them away.
They made a nice mess. Did you illustrate the bedding I used in the maternity pen?
They may have seen that. There's leaves in there.
I already got the leaves from this huge tree yesterday, and I don't know, must have been about 4 bucket loads, but not exactly the driest stuff, but we don't waste nothing around here.
Yeah, it's all gets used again. No sense in throwing that in the ditch. But there's your scoop on that calf, that beautiful calf. I'm gonna go get the gutters going. We got the manure going. Let me know down in the comments below what breed you think that calf is. Also let me know in the comments what's your favorite breed of cow. I bet there's going to be a lot of Holstein and Black Angus down in the comments, but I'd be interested to see. Let me know what your favorite breed is and what breed you think that calf is. Also, while we're back here, I'll try to show you. Dad's been telling me that he's got a nice set of kittens back here, looking pretty healthy, looking pretty good. See if you can see them. Pretty good. Dad's pretty happy about it. Plan is, once we get the gutter cleaned out, then we'll be letting out the cows. Looks like our old Blue Roan, she's already ready to go. Come on, girl. Mid-video here, I wanted to remind you guys that if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoy it, and share it with someone who you think might enjoy it as well. It helps us out a lot. While we're talking, I also wanted to shout out a young man named Jasper who sent us a letter to our P.O. box. He shows cows in the 4-H and works for a neighboring farm. We really appreciate you sending us that letter, Jasper, and thank you to anyone else who's ever sent us any mail. If you too wanted to send us mail, we have a P.O. box down in the description, so go check it out. But thank you, Jasper, for sending us that mail, and keep up the good work. We really appreciate you sending us a letter and telling us your story and being part of this lovely agriculture industry. But let's get back into the video here. We just finished up spreading out the bedding and cleaning up in here, and now we're gonna feed the silage right away, so that's out of the way. We don't have to worry about it, and the barn will be ready for this afternoon when the cows come home and it's time to get milked. Okay, we finished up feeding the silage in the dairy barn. Dad's throwing some lime down on the walk right now, make it nice and dry in there. I'm gonna fill up our last 2 wheelbarrows here. They'll go to the switch cows later this afternoon. And then we're gonna move on to finishing up the manure, take a couple scoops out of the calf barn like we did in one of the prior videos, clean out the cattle lane, fill up the rest of the spreader. there you go. Just as we were getting done scraping out the manure, Dad separated two heifers from the big pen here, and he shuffled them over to the bull barn, the bigger heifer barn. So now we'll probably rotate a couple down on the big side of the calf barn here, now that we made room on the very end. But I'm gonna move on to bedding now. All the bedding in here, calf barn is taken care of. Dad took that load of manure up on the hill. He's going to spread that. That's a nice time to update you guys on the crops and the weather. Last week was very wet, a lot of rain. This week is looking like it's going to be a lot better. By no means is it bedding, drying weather. We might be able to do a little direct. We still have some corn standing towards the front of the farm, which will be combined here in probably a week or so if the weather's good. I had it tested yesterday and it was a little over 20%, so we can give it a little time. But we are going to feed it out over the winter anyway, so we can take it a little wetter even if we're shelling it and putting it in the granary. As long as we take it when it's cold, it'll be okay. And the current date is November 5th, I believe, so that gives you a date of reference when I'm filming this and what the crops are doing. Cattle are doing well. We still have some cattle on pasture. We're hoping we can make it through the full month of November before we have to bring them down here to the yard. Let's close these gates, let these cattle have their bedding pack, get the bigger group in here. Come on, girls. Yep, come on. Yep, come on. Yep. Come on, yep. Come on, yep. Now that we have the calf barn taken care of, that wraps up morning chores. I'm gonna end off the video here. Thank you all for sticking to the end. As I was saying earlier, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed, and share it with someone who you think would enjoy it as well. It would be much appreciated. Also, you can go check out our store, GierokFarms.com, if you want to get yourself one of these hats. But that's going to be it. Thank you all very much. We will see you next time.